Hi everyone, this is Scott from the Old Curiosity Shop, and it's time for Guess What Sold This Week on eBay. Now, this is Monday night. I do these vids every Monday night to show you the things that I sell the week before in my eBay shop. Most of the things that you'll see in these videos are things that I have highlighted in previous thrift haul videos, and I hope you find it interesting to see what sells, what doesn't sell. Am I able to get what I think I'm able to get? What sells for more, what sells for less. So let's dive right in. It's been a good week. I was very pleased. Last week was poo-poo. This week was much better. And I even have some auctions that are currently running, and I'm going to show you where they stand right now. And you'll have to tune in next week to see what they end for, what they actually realize. So here are the things that I sold this week. I showed you this in last week's thrift haul, and it was selling at that time for about 200 bucks. I thought it would close at 220, and surprisingly it closed at 380. So that was a big score for me. It is an antique phonograph in really cool attic, fresh shape, in restorable condition. Just shipped it out. It's on its way down to DC to a collector who's going to put a horn on it, restore the reproducer, put a new spring on it, and it'll be playing antique phonograph records. I paid, well, not much, and selling it for $380 was great. Very excited. These were just in my last thrift haul. They are two Starbucks mugs, the big 20-ounce size. They were $1 each, and they sold for $32 plus shipping. I don't get it. I drink instant coffee. I pay 50 cents when I buy it on the street, or I percolate it here. I don't want to offend any Starbucks coffee drinkers, but I'm thrifty. I don't spend $3 for a cup of coffee. But I'm glad people spend $32 for the mugs. Yes, another deviled egg, and they're deviled eggs, not oysters. This is the fourth one that I've sold this year. That's a one a month. I can't keep them in stock. And I always sell them for about $22, and it usually takes less than a week to sell them. Excuse me. Remember this? It's that cut to clear glass. I decided to keep it because it keeps ice water really cold. Anyway, the Fire King Peach Luster Deviled Egg Plate, I usually pay $1 or $2 for them. I paid $3 for this one, but still sold it for $22. Y'all love your deviled eggs. A Fire King Jane Ray Jadeite lid, which was in my last thrift haul video, sold for $18. I know I said it was a $20, $25 lid, and it is. This one has that little tiny chip. That makes it look huge. It's not that big. And it's on the inside rim, so when the lid is in place, it doesn't show. But because of that chip, I said, let me just put 18 bucks on it and get rid of it. And within like 2 days, it was gone. So I'm happy. I'm not doing shirts anymore. I went into this back in January. I'm not good at it. I'm not into it. So the last of my shirts are trickling out. I think I spent like no more than $2 or $3 per shirt. And this one went for 19 bucks. Plus shipping. This little Pyrex guy sold for $10. Yes, I could have gotten more. They bring a little bit more, but this guy had a problem. The lid is what's called sick glass. And that is very under the weather. I know sometimes you can scrub that off with vinegar. I worked on this, and I worked on it, and I worked on it. Couldn't clean it up, so because of that, I decided to go low, paid $1 for it, got rid of it in less than 1 week, sold it for 10 bucks. Here's a bunch of 1960s vintage Christmas photographs. Yeah, late 50s, early 60s, and I just shipped these today, so if the person who bought them is watching, they're on their way, and I stuck a few extras in there too. Hope you like them. They went for $11.99 plus, that was free shipping on those. This was a set of 5 antique photographs of the interior of an office. Someone wrote to me and said, I only want the first 2. Can you sell me the first 2 and not the other 3? And I did. I sold the first 2 of them for not $27.99. I think I took $18 for the first 2 photographs, and I'll just relist the other 3. Notice in my title, I say 1912 antique office interior photographs, telephones, slag glass lamps, desks. I specifically listed some of the cool items that were featured in the photograph, so that would bring in, so when people like search, it would bring them in to my listing. And indeed, the person who bought these bought them because the first 2 photographs feature antique slag glass lamps. There's one that looks like an umbrella right in front of that candlestick telephone. And there's another slag glass lamp in the middle of the desk, kind of arts and craftsy. And there's one back there on the roll top desk. Anyway, so a word to you've got to be careful with your listing. Be very specific about the words you put in your titles. This Garfield mug sold for $7.99. I have a whole bunch of these. I got even more this weekend from 1978. I think I have like 20 of these. Different colors, different. Garfield is doing different things on them. And it was nice to see the first one sell. A 1960s Pyrex carafe sold for $24.99 plus shipping. The graphics on that are really strong. This thing, this was in the shop for a while. 1960s Life of the Party coasters. These are kind of, not really vulgar, but what you would call adult humor. See? And these went for $14.99. I'll let you see them. Little plastic dudes. Oh, this person is in trouble. I'm telling. They didn't pay. All right. So sometimes I will list my things and I'll say, make me an offer. This person didn't like $22, so they made me an offer of $18, and I accepted it. They're just little plastic stirrers from the 1960s. And then they didn't pay. So what happens is, if someone doesn't, if I accept your offer, you have to pay for it. You can't get out of it. You have to pay for it. And this person didn't pay for it. So within 3 days, eBay will send them a note and say, you got to pay. And if they don't pay, then I don't get charged any money. I get to relist it for free. And this person gets a bad message on their report card. So they better, if you're watching, you've got like 2 days to pay. Come on. This set of Allo Allo DVDs, it's a Britcom. It's a comedy of when the Germans occupied France during the Second World War. Hilarious. These were $1 each, and the set sold for $43.99. Be careful when you buy things from the BBC. Check to see which region. If it says Region 2, these won't play in the U.S. They won't play on... Region 1 is U.S. and Canada. Region 2 is like Europe, so... Anyway. Ink, 14, what did it sell for? Blah, 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 blah. $14.99, free shipping. I'm trying to get rid of these. I bought 4 of these. I paid like $3 each for them. I keep coming down on my price. 1 sold. I have 3 more. There is an expiration date on these, so I'm trying to get rid of them. These marigold glasses, goblets sold this week. They were only on for a couple of days. And they sold for $19 plus $7.41 shipping. Again, I'm going quickly through these things. If you want to see anything in detail, most of these things you'll see in previous thrift haul videos. So feel free to peruse them when you get a chance. This I just put up for auction as well. No, I'm sorry. I just put up for sale, and it did sell. I took a little bit less than $23. I accepted an offer just slightly below that. It's a Fenton cranberry, not thumbprint, coin dot? What did I call it? Yeah, coin dot vase. Now I'm going to show you some things that are currently running for auction. How do I decide if I'm going to auction something or list something? I will list it if I'm fairly certain I know what it should bring. I have a lot of examples of what that object sells for historically, within the past 60, 90 days. Then I'll just list it at my price. If I'm not sure about something, or I think, this has the potential to do more than what I expect, then I'll auction it. So now I'm going to show you some things that are currently up for auction, where they stand, and how much time is left on them. This glass shade is currently listed, it's got a day and 22 hours left, and it's right now sitting at $52.88 with 9 bids. You'll have to tune in next week to see what it sold for. These could be smooth, the ribs in them could be vertical, or the ribs could be swirly swirl. And I think this one is bringing this much money because the ribs kind of swirl off to an angle, which I think is a little harder to find. Also, right now I'm auctioning this Hazel Atlas tin. I rambled on and on and on about this in my last thrift haul video. Typewriter tin, which says Hazel Atlas on the back. If you want to know why, go look at my last thrift haul video and I explain it. It's currently auctioning at $9.99, and it's got 2 more days to go. I paid $1 for that. These 3 Pyrex lids, glass lids, are currently at $12. They only have 1 bid. They might not sell for more than that. They were $1 a piece. We'll see what happens. The auction ends in 2 days. And the last thing I have up for auction right now is this 1920s lamp base. Really cool. It's not bronze. That is a patina. That's it's a heavy cast metal with an antique paint on it. That's the original finish on it, and that's currently at $22.50. So that'll also sell. How much? That's got 7 days to go. No, that's got 3 days and 16 hours to go. So I had a good week. I had a chance today at around noon to stop at a Goodwill. I had to go to the post office to take some things, to ship some packages. And there's a post office, and then a cemetery, and then a Goodwill. In an old city like this, stuff is just all next to each other. So I went to the post office. I cut through the cemetery to get to the Goodwill shop. I stepped in a dog poop, and I ripped my pants. Those 2 things did not happen at the same time. I stepped in a dog poop, and then I ripped my pants later. But it was worth it, because when I got to the thrift shop, I found this, which is a really beautiful art glass iridescent vase. It probably doesn't show up well on this crappy webcam. I'll feature this in my next thrift haul video. This was $2.30. You want to hear more about it? Stay tuned to my channel. If you haven't already, like it and subscribe to it, and tune in and find out more about this art glass vase. This is Scott from the Old Curiosity Shop saying thanks for watching, and so long for now.